friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Carl Thomas Dean, Dolly Parton's husband of almost 60 years, passes away at 82. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. On March 3rd, Dolly Parton lost her husband of almost 60 years, Carl Thomas Dean. Carl, 82, was always super private compared to his famous wife, but the two spent so many wonderful years together. The artist announced his death on her Instagram. Carl was born in Nashville in 1942. He and Dolly met in 1964 outside of a laundromat. The singer was just 18 years old and had moved to Nashville to pursue her music career. In a New York Times interview from 1976, Dolly shared about their meeting. "I'd come to Nashville with dirty clothes," she stated. "I was in such a hurry to get here, and after I put my clothes in the machine, I started walking down the street just looking at my new home, and this guy hollered at me, and I waved. Being from the country, I spoke to everybody, and he came over, and well, it was Carl, my husband." The couple married in Ringgold, Georgia in 1966. Only her mother, the pastor, and his wife were in attendance. While Dolly started on her path to fame, Carl supported her but stayed in the background and worked on his asphalt business. Although Dolly did not keep her relationship separate from her career, her famous song, Jolene, was inspired by a woman who was always flirting with her husband when he went to the bank when they were newly married. It was all very innocent. One of Carl's passions was buying and reselling trucks and tractors. He liked his freedom, Dolly told People back in 1982. "If I call him, that's fine. He ain't expecting it. But doesn't like me home for long because it interferes with his trading. So we never really had any hold on each other, and yet we have the ultimate hold." Dolly had also talked about how the two were opposite from one another. However, opposites do attract, and it seems they have with Dolly and Carl. In 2016, they renewed their wedding vows. Carl, always Dolly's biggest fan, even from behind the scenes, will be missed. In her Instagram post, Dolly wrote, "Carl and I spent many wonderful years together. Words cannot do justice to the love we shared for over 60 years. Thank you for your prayers and sympathy. We will pray for Dolly and her family as they go through this loss." Carl was also survived by his siblings, Sandra and Donnie. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. Ecclesiastes 4:9.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
There's no place like Israel, rich in history, culture, and spiritual significance. From walking through ancient Jerusalem to floating in the Dead Sea or experiencing Tel Aviv's modern energy, it's a destination like no other. While I haven't visited yet, I've heard how life-changing it is. Now more than ever, we stand with Israel and pray for peace. I look forward to exploring its beauty one day. Learn more at goisrael.com.
Hospital hosts special father-daughter dance for young girl who missed the one at her school. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Julie Provost. Hospital hosts a special father-daughter dance for a young girl, Ava, who missed the one at her school. Ava had been waiting for a heart, waiting for the day she could run outside again without wires tethering her to machines, waiting for the dance she had dreamed about all year, the one she had circled on the calendar with a bright pink marker. The father-daughter dance. But life has a way of rearranging plans, and this year, instead of twirling under the school's gym twinkling lights, Ava found herself in a hospital room, tethered to the quiet hum of machines, her heart waiting for another to come. And maybe that's why what happened next felt like a miracle wrapped in tulle and twinkle lights. On February 12th, the staff at Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital transformed an ordinary hospital room into something extraordinary. Nurses, doctors, and therapists, those who had become more like family, transformed the space into a ballroom. Red hearts lined the walls, soft lights glowed, and love, genuine, unwavering love, filled every corner. The waiting outside her door, corsage in hands, was Sean, Ava's dad, the man who had held her tiny hands through surgeries, beeping monitors, and late-night prayers, the man who never stopped believing. As she stepped into the decorated room, A round of applause met her. She beamed, the kind of smile that only comes when you feel seen, known, and cherished. And then, just like she imagined, they danced. Her favorite songs played, carefully curated by one of the hospital's musical therapists. The same songs she had danced to in the living room at home back when life felt lighter. The same songs she had planned to dance to at school before her heart failure rewrote the script. It was an unforgettable experience, Sean said, voice thick with emotion. We can't thank Ava's team and everyone involved enough for making this such a special dance. This wasn't just about a dance. It's about a little girl who lost so much, but still wrapped in love. It was about a father who would show up again and again, no matter where the dance floor happened to be. It was about a hospital staff who saw beyond IV lines and waiting lists, and instead saw a little girl who just wanted to be twirled. I'm grateful to be a girl, Dad, Sean said. It means being inspired to always be better. And maybe that's a lesson in all of this, that love doesn't wait for perfect circumstances. It shows up in hospital rooms, in father-daughter dances held under fluorescent lights, in the hearts that keep believing, even as they wait for healing. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Psalms 31:24.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.